Hello, everyone. This is our Q1 2024 CarePro meeting. This meeting is not being given live. There's nobody in the audience. It's just everybody watching the video. And unfortunately, this is because of the conflict that we had this week, that we had to cancel the in-person portion of the meeting, but we aren't giving up. We're going to do this video for you guys so that everyone can watch it. A few of the ground rules that I'll read off as we get started. This meeting should take about 45 minutes, maybe 50, 55 at the outset, but definitely less than an hour. Please pay attention to all of the slides, as there is a number that you have to provide to Sierra that is going to be on one of the slides in this meeting. You provide that to Sierra so you get paid for attending and will be eligible for prizes as well. So pay attention and make sure you have that number. The presenters today are going to be me, Kelly, and Amanda. So we'll go in that order as well. And then finally, bear with us as we work our way through the video recording. We're not professionals at this. There will be some pauses, some quick cuts. I'll edit as best I can, but we'll completely make sure that you get all the important information throughout the presentation. So here we go. You can see the agenda, lots of stuff to cover. We'll work our way through it and again, then be done in about 45, 50 minutes. First thing is we've got a couple of new key players. I'm going to introduce one. Kelly's going to introduce the other. I'm honored to introduce Michelle Pierce. She is our new client care coordinator. She's been here one full week as of today, and today is Friday. She is originally from Louisiana. She's been married 20 years. She's got one son, 2 dogs, and a cat. She's got some degrees and some great experience for us. She's got a BA in psychology and an MA in health. And previously, she was a health writer editor and the associate professor of health, fitness, and wellness consultant. So she, on a personal side, based on her origins in Louisiana, you would expect this, but she loves Cajun food and enjoys grilling. Her son is a very good ice hockey player. He's been playing competitively for 15 years, and she was one of those traveling moms that went around with him as he competed in hockey. And now it's kind of neat. He's at A&M, and he may actually play for the A&M hockey team. So welcome, Michelle. She'll be seeing and talking to you guys as she answers the phone and supports you, but she's a client care coordinator, so she's in Jay's group. So she'll be meeting with clients, answering their questions and signing them up for service. So welcome, Michelle. Next topic is advanced HR. We launched this late last year, and what it is a payroll tool that allows you to have control over your payroll information. What it allows you to do is enter updates to your address, name, W-4, direct deposit information. All you need is a login, and I know a lot of you have that login. We'll talk about that in a minute, but it'd be good to get that login set up so you have access to that information. There's a self-service side of the portal, which gives you W-2 access going back to the beginning when you started working with us. It'll give you your check stubs. It's a good resource for you as you need that information periodically. You don't have to call the office anymore. You can just go into the portal and get your information that way. So, like I said, it puts you in control. All of your W-2s are available through the website. Check stubs, like I mentioned, you can update your W-4 and direct deposit information. So that's important for you to have that. And if you guys were here, I would make sure that you understood exactly what it does with some review questions, but here's what they are. And then I'll just answer them really quickly as we work through this non-live version of our meeting. Do you still get your pay stub by email every pay period? Absolutely. So if you're getting it in your email, sometimes you have to look for it if it goes into junk, but you'll get it every pay period and you can see it there. But if you ever don't have a pay stub or don't see it in your email, you can go to Advanced HR and get it there. If you move, can you change your W-4 address in Advanced HR? Absolutely. If you change banks, can you update your direct deposit information? Absolutely. And then you can also look at your past W-2s and pay stubs in Advanced HR. So again, powerful tool for you. What if you don't have a login? We mentioned not everybody does. Jocelyn is the individual that is the expert with advanced HR. Just call her. She can send a re-invite, and that'll be an email, a welcome email that you'll get. But don't delay, because the email is only valid for 24 hours. So you need to set up your login within 24 hours of receiving that email. And if you have any trouble, who are you going to call? Of course, Jocelyn. She can give you a hand. So that's advanced HR. 5-star care program update. Lots of great stuff here. We had a few technical glitches over the past couple of months. I apologize for that, but Bonusly was very good at getting that fixed for us so we could get the points and the dollars and gift cards to you guys. So again, can't do this because we don't have a live meeting, but what are the 4 things you need to do each calendar month to earn the award? What makes you a 5-star care pro? Pretty simple, being on time to your clients. We track that. We get notices on WellSky if you're late, but it's very important for your client that you're there on time, and therefore that's a component of being a 5-star care pro. Don't call off to a shift you're not assigned. There's excused call offs if you have a doctor's note or some note that validates that it was an emergency. We definitely understand life happens. But the minimizing call-offs is a big thing to make sure that we've got continuity of care with our clients. So that's the second component. The third is you've given us availability. We spend a lot of time collecting and you updating your availability as it changes. Accept shift assignments within your hours of availability. That's all we ask. If you're able to do that, that's awesome. If you're not and your availability changes, there's rules around that so we can manage that. And actually, Kelly's going to talk about that in a few minutes as well. But if you're available, accept your shifts. That's the third component. And then we need to hear from you. We're not like a big organization in a big office building that Kelly can walk over to your cube or your office and ask you a question. Therefore, we really need you to respond to our calls, texts, and emails. So just be responsive and answer on a timely basis. We need to know that so we can effectively schedule you, get your hours, and get the quality care that the clients are expecting. So hopefully that's straightforward by now. What can you earn from being a 5-star care pro? If you work an average of 10 to 20 hours a week, you get 100 Bonusly points. If you work 20 to 35 hours a week in that given month, you get 250 Bonusly points. And if you work 35 or more hours a week, you get 500 Bonusly points, which is the equivalent of $50 that are put into your Bonusly account for you to buy gift cards with. How are we doing? This is interesting, and I was hoping for these results, and we're actually getting them. If you look back to last May, so May of last year, we had 75 5-star care pros. That was 48% of all of care pros. If you look at the January, January numbers, it's at 63% of care pros, 105 that qualified for the 5-star care pro award. So the percentage of you guys that earn the 5-star designation is going up, and that's awesome. I'd love it to be 100%. It probably never will, but getting up into the 60s is a great accomplishment. So thanks to you guys for doing that. We want that to continue. Transitioning from the 5-star program to Bonusly. Bonusly is a component of it, but let's talk about Bonusly. There's some new things, little features that Bonusly added to the app recently, and I'd like to share that with you. If I can get my voice. They refreshed the rewards section of the site. It's a lot more user-friendly. It's easier to pick the gift cards that you want to order and use your points to pick those. So check that out if you haven't lately. And you can order your gift cards and spend your points that you earn with 5-star program, but other things like Above and Beyond and Share the Love awards. So definitely use that. And again, it's easier to get your rewards. It's also easier to do a quick thank you. If you get an award, you don't have to type. It doesn't take a long time to say thank you. They just made it easier to click on thank you and show that you've seen that you got the reward and share your appreciation for getting the award. So just a little thing that they improved upon. Next thing is expanded reactions. Everybody loves their emojis. They had a limited number, and now they have more to show your emotions as you look at your counterparts or your own recognition. So they added that as well. One of the big things that that we shared with you guys, it's probably been available for about 6 months, but if for whatever reason you can't get on the website, you don't want to get on the website, you can call Amanda and she can redeem your points for you, and then she can email you the gift card and then deduct the points from your account. So we've been doing that for a while. We've had a handful of caregivers take advantage of that. We want you to use your well-earned points, so please do that. And again, if for whatever reason you can't get into Bonusly and you talk to Amanda and it's easier for you to have her pull those gift cards for you, she'll be happy to do that. Excuse me. Of course it would happen now, but we can deal with that. So, questions about Bonusly. Amanda, it used to be other people in the office, now it's Amanda. She knows Bonusly from backwards to forwards. She can help you get in the app, get your gift cards that we talked about. She can help you check your point balance, whatever it might be. If you've got a question about Bonusly, call the office and ask for Amanda and she'd be happy to help you. All right, we always have a section on appreciation. You guys are out there with the client. You're providing the incredible care that Home Instead provides their clients, and we definitely appreciate that, and we show it in a lot of different ways. Let's talk about a few of them. A program that's really expanded over the years that I absolutely love is anniversary pay. So every year that you're here, you get the equivalent of time off. And the way that works, and what we're giving or announcing this meeting, is Q4. So if you were hired October through December of last year, if that's your hire date, that becomes your anniversary period, and you get a payout. If you've been here a year, you get the equivalent of 1 day's vacation, which is $112. Looking at the bottom end of the scale, if you've been here 5 or more years, you get the equivalent of 5 days of vacation, which is $560 in your paycheck. How do you qualify? It's very simple. You just have to be an active employee at Home Instead at the time of the payout. You have to average 10 hours a week over the past year, so just work a minimum number of hours a week. And if you leave and come back, so we have caregivers that go on leave of absence, and that's fine. If you're gone more than 60 days, your date resets, your anniversary date. So just keep that in mind, but that's the payout and the qualifications, and let's see who won it for the fourth quarter. You can read the list. We have 16 Care Pros that celebrated their anniversaries based on a Q4 hire date. You can see, for example, Sherry has been here 10 years, which is great. Congratulations, Sherry. We appreciate you. And she got $560 in her paycheck, actually, today. So you can see the others. The neat thing is we've got a lot of 1-year caregivers, which means we're hiring a lot of great caregivers. You can see that list, and then everybody in between. So we have awarded a total of $3,900 in anniversary pay to people's paychecks. So yours will be coming up. If you have a question about that, call the office, but it's based on quarters, and we issue the previous quarter at the beginning of the next quarter. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. Referral rewards, that's a big one. And it's a nice amount of referral bonus for you to do this. What happens is if you refer somebody to us, make sure they tell us your name so that we can note that and make sure you get your bonus. But after the person you refer works their first shift, you get 500 Bonusly points. After they've worked 100 hours, you get another 2,000 Bonusly points. So for a total of 2,500 points or $250. An example of a recent referral, Tasha earned 2,500 points for referring Christina Schneider. So Tasha, we appreciate that. And Christina, we're glad you're here with us. So That's something that I strongly encourage you to take advantage of. You know, home instead and working as a caregiver here better than anybody else. If you've got a friend that would be a great caregiver and has a caring heart, we would love her to join he or she to join us. So please let us know. Next slide.
Yeah. I would like you guys to meet a new person in office. Her name is Sierra Flemings. She is our new administrative assistant. She's put a few things here that we might like to know about her. So she was born and raised in Texas. She has 2 kids, a 5-year-old daughter named Jasmine and a 4-month-old English bulldog named Mocha. And you can see their pictures right there. She says, I have a passion for taking care of people and worked as a CNA for 2 years. She says that she's currently working on completing her Bachelor of Science degree in healthcare management. And in her free time, she says she likes cooking and trying out new recipes. Her daughter and her love a good seafood boil. My favorite thing to do is have a movie night with my daughter and significant other Antonio. So that's their picture right there. If you get a chance to pop in at the office and meet Sierra, that would be great. She's a great asset to us here at Home Instead. Okay, next slide. Kelly's Corner. So there is a few things that I would like to talk to you guys about today. General comments. You guys have the app. And there's a place for general comments. We would really like it if you did not leave messages on the general comments in the app. The reason is because we may not see the message that you're trying to give us. They scroll on our computer all day. So unless we're looking at the computer, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, we're going to miss it. So anything that we need to know about your client that you're leaving there, you need to pick up the phone and call us and let us know. That ties to a change in condition. Maybe there's something that we need to know that's going on with your client and you need to call us. What are some examples of a change in condition? Recent falls that our clients had. Health changes that they've had. If they have had an infection lately or been on antibiotics, ambulation changes. Are they able to ambulate like they have in the past? Refusing medications, that's a change in condition, or being confused. Their tasks also, if they're incorrect or need to be changed, you need to give us a call if there's something you're doing that's not on their plan of care. Next is what is a change in, screening yourself and your client. This is really important because we need to know immediately if you're not feeling well, or if your client's not feeling well, or if your client's coughing and they normally don't. If you're coughing and you normally don't, or you have your client has a runny nose or allergies or something, same thing applies to you. You need to call and let us know as soon as possible so that we know how to guide you or guide your client. So we need to know if they're not feeling well, if they're running a fever, things like that. This is the days of COVID, so we really need to be careful and make sure that we are doing everything we can do to protect ourselves and our clients. How do I request time off? You request time off. You can text the office phone at 972-744-9898. Now, that being said, time off means 2-week notice. Okay, that's not call offs. That is where you can text your time off to and you're giving us a 2-week notice for that time off request. That gives us time to restaff your shifts. That gets time for your client to be expecting a sub. So please understand what that number is for, and for only. It is only for time off requests. It is not the place to call off. It is not checked every single day. So if you're calling off a shift, texting to that number, the chances of us getting it, we're not going to get it. So remember, the time off requests is for, a day you'd like to take off your normal schedule with your client, and we have to have a 2-week notice. So the next question is, if I must call off, how do I do that? You pick up the phone and you call the office. We have to know if you're not able to make your shift. A call off is less than 2 weeks notice. Okay, so if you're calling off for a shift next week, or you're calling about a shift that you can't make next week, it is a call off if it's less than 14 days notice. So we give you guys plenty of time to request days off. So if it's a call off is less than 2 weeks notice, make sure that we get a doctor's note or documentation so that we can excuse that call off so that it doesn't exist. If you have questions on that, please don't hesitate to call us and talk to us about it so that you know exactly how to do it. Just remember not to text the 9898 number if you can't make your shift. If you're calling off, that you must speak to someone. And if it's after 4:30 or on the weekend and you're calling off a shift, you have to talk to somebody. So call the on-call supervisor. The on-call supervisor is the second number on the back of your badge. So again, if you have any questions on that, please don't hesitate to call and ask us. We'll be happy to go over that with you. So let's talk about desired hours. I know that some of us are not getting the desired hours that we need. So let's talk about a few things that we could do to help get you those desired hours. More availability equals more hours scheduled. So in general, your availability should literally double what you're asking. So if you're asking for 20 hours a week, I'm going to ask you for 40 hours of availability, because the wider the availability, the more chance I have of getting you what you're asking for. Keep your availability up to date. You can make changes to it every 60 days. But again, when you're making changes to your availability, please understand that it takes 2 weeks to take effect, because we have to, if you're already working a client, we have to get your client ready, because you may not be working with them anymore. So we need to make sure that we have plenty of time to update that and get your client used to either your new schedule or get used to a new time if they want to keep you. So we need to make sure that we have time to do that. Increasing your available hours when you can, that's always a good thing. You don't have to change your availability to do that. You can call the office and say, hey, Kelly or Garnet, I'm available on Thursday. I know I'm normally 8 to 5, but I can do 7 to 7 that day, or I can do 4 to 8 in the evening that day. Those are other ways that you can get desired hours. Just letting us know that week if you can work a little bit longer than what you normally do, or later in the evening or earlier in the morning. Become available for 2 weekends a month. We do have shifts on the weekends that we need help with, and it does pay more to work on the weekend. So if you can do that and you're not currently doing 2 weekends a month, that would also help pick up your desired hours. Become available for evening shifts. We do have some evening shifts that are coming up. We often put those at 4 to 8, 5 to 9, or 6 to 10. And we try to put it around what the client wants. We try to, take their request, and sometime we have to tweak it here and there, but evening shifts are available from time to time. So make sure that you're letting us know if you can do any of those. We're happy to schedule you. Please make sure that you're looking at your open shifts tab regularly. Any client you have been to in the last 60 days, if there's an open shift there, you can request it and we can put you in it. So please make sure that you're looking at on a daily basis. Because as caregivers request off for, a day or here or a day there, you never know when they might have an open shift there that you might want to do. Picking up first come first serve shifts when offered. Please remember that you need to enter the number followed by the letter A. Don't put a space in there and then the A. Just put the number and an A to accept. It'll automatically put you into that shift and you'll be scheduled for it. But be quick because those first come first serves go pretty quick. They're snagged up pretty quickly. Also, if you can't do the shift, please decline it. If you can't do it, you'll put the number in followed by the letter D to decline. It's important for Garnet and I that you do this so that we can move on to the next person that could possibly do the shift. Anyway, that's it, guys. That's my section. So thank you for watching. Bye.
All right. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Amanda. So we're going to start with our training updates. We have our specialized service care training and Alzheimer's training. We have those every month. This month, our class is going to be on February 23rd, which is in 2 weeks. So the way we are scheduling for this class, we are selecting caregivers, care pros that are with clients that their needs may advance into specialized services and have a more developed caregiver, that they want to advance their skills into specialized services. We do 3 care pros per class because it's just a kind of a tight area, and we want you guys to be able to maximize the time in class, to be able to use the equipment and practice on everything. There's 4 different segments of the class, and it's total of 2.5 hours long. If you have any questions about the class, you can contact Jocelyn or me about that. And if you want, you can let me know that you're interested in taking the class, and we'll try to get you set up for that class. All right, so Alzheimer's and dementia, I have class is going to be this next week on the 15th. And I have a couple of people that I'm going to call about getting in that class because it's a smaller class this time. This is a required class by Home Instead. It is a in-person class that we have to do this in person. You take quizzes on your phone. There's 3 different sections. So I teach a class and then you take a quiz on your phone. And they're pretty simple. If you have any questions about the Alzheimer's class and when you want to be in the class, you can give me a call about that. So right now I have 124 care pros that are trained. So we have 74, almost 75% of our care pros are trained for Alzheimer's and dementia. So this is talking about our remote learning that we do online. I send those notices out on the 1st and the 15th just to remind you about letting me know which classes you want to take through the month. You can take 1 class per each pay period. So this over the last quarter, we had 36 care pros that have taken the classes for a total of 97 hours. I really would like for you guys to be interested in taking these classes because they really can help you or even remind you of things that you might already know, but just, kind of get that refresher for skills, to help with skills for your clients. There's fall risk factors, home care safety tips. There's different particular like Parkinson's, congestive heart failure, diabetes. There's a lot of good classes on there. So they could be really beneficial for you to take, and you do get paid for taking the classes. So when I send out those notices, they go to your email. and there is an attachment that's got an approved list of classes. And you can just reply back to that email and let me know what classes you're interested in taking, and I will get them scheduled for you. I have a pre-schedule list, so if the first one that comes out on the first of the month, if you let me know what 2 classes you want to take that month, as long as you take the first one in the first pay period, I'll automatically enroll you for the next one, and I'll send you an email when the second one's scheduled as well. So once I get the classes scheduled, I send you an email that has the instructions on how to access the classes if you don't already know. And then you just kind of keep up with how long it takes you to take the class. They usually take about an hour long, but just email me back when you completed the class and let me know how long it took you to take it. And it's just that simple. But if you do have any questions about it, just give me a call. All right, so the Care Pro Advocate Program, and that's what I am as a Care Pro Advocate. This is just, my position is to make sure that you have a voice for our agency. If you have any questions, ideas, any issues that you need to talk about, I'm always here for you guys to call me. If you're just simply having a bad day and you need somebody to talk to vent to, you can certainly call me and I can help talk to you and kind of maybe ease your mind about some things. If you have specific issues, I can do research and find out the answers on that and give you a call back about it. I also send out the Care Pro Corner. We do that every 2 weeks, and it's just a periodic message that just kind of reminds you about some of the benefits that you guys have here at Home Instead. We have our bonus league, and we have referrals, we have the telehealth, we have our support line from Home Instead. There's a lot of different benefits, and it's just to remind you about those. And then also I help to mentor the new Care Pros. So the program that I do is a 90-day program that I kind of follow through with our new hires just to make sure they're comfortable with Home Instead, their policies, and make sure that they're okay with their clients and how to care properly for their clients. Any training that they need, I help them with that. So that is what I'm here for. Is I'm specifically here for you guys. So if you have any questions, just give me a call. And then our last 3 Care Pros for the last quarter. We have Miss Kathy Hammond, and this is her with her client, Mr. Woolens. And then this is we have Miss Tasha Walker. She was the Care Pro for January. And then for February, we have Miss Denise Germany. So we do this every month. And just so y'all know, I am working on getting a guideline, because remember, I've been telling y'all that I kind of do it randomly. And it is random, but I asked Garnet and Kelly's input on it as well. But I am setting up some regulations, requirements for the Care Pro of the month, for things that I look at specifically to choose the caregivers. So maybe it'll be a little bit more fair, kind of evenly spread out. So I'm working on it, and I'll let you guys know. So we did have a last Care Pro meeting. We talked about the Care Pro of the Year, and I did nominate the 3 caregivers here, Miss Jennifer Hernandez, and Mandy Clayton, and Carrie Stouffer. And unfortunately, this year we did not win, but we're gonna keep on submitting those every year and see, maybe somebody will win. So they are 3 great caregivers that we have, and so I'm very proud of them anyway, even though they didn't win. So. All right, so I did mention earlier about the Home Instead support line, and this is a little flyer here for the Home Instead support line. And this number is for, sometimes life's not easy, and we all go through things. We have struggles and difficulties. Sometimes it could just be, losing a client, or maybe even losing a family member, and you just need somebody to talk to. So that's what this number is set up here for. It is to help the caregivers. So it says that they have unlimited phone and e-counseling. They have a referral service to local resources, referrals to local clinicians in the members' insurance network for face-to-face counseling if necessary. And they have 24/7 access to mental health professionals without the use of hold, transfer, or triage services. So this is what the Homestead Support Line is for, and their number is listed there. It's 1-800-531-0200. And if you have any other questions about that, you can give me a call about that as well.
And back. Thank you, Amanda. What we're going to do now is run over the last couple of slides. This is the important one for you guys. So when you watch the presentation, you get to this slide, the key number that you have to give to Sierra is 105. And that's the number of Care Pros in December that qualified for the 5-star award. So that's important. And all you got to do is say, Sierra, I watched the video in your email, and the answer is 105. And then you'll get paid for it, paid for watching it, and you'll be eligible for the prizes. Normally we do a question and answer right here, but obviously we can't do that. So what I ask you to do is call me or email me. If you have any questions, ideas, concerns, I'd love to hear from you. I hear from several caregivers on a regular basis, and I would love it if you've got something you think you'd like me to know about. Just call me or email me. I would appreciate that. And the prizes. So everybody that successfully watches the video and gets that number into Sierra will be eligible for some bonusly points. Third prize is 100 points. Second prize is 250 points. The grand prize is 500 bonusly points. So that's $50. Hopefully you'll get it. We'll draw the names randomly in about a week after we post this video. So you'll have a week to watch it, and hopefully you'll be a winner. So thank you for joining us in this slightly difficult circumstance. But again, I think this came together well, and I hope you got some good information out of it. What I always say at the end of our meetings is I really appreciate the care that you provide our seniors. That's critical, and you've got that gift, so keep sharing your gift. Everybody have a good day.